Memorial Health Hospital and Maple Grove Hospital are at full capacity because of influenza and COVID-19 cases. Now staff members are holding their breath, wondering what will happen after the holidays.
We're poised in Minnesota to have the most COVID patients we've ever had since the beginning of the pandemic after this holiday season. That's a recipe for disaster. We only have so much resource, and it's dwindling.
CEO Dr. Kevin Croston released this video message this week, also saying that the emergency rooms and urgent care facilities are full with longer wait times than usual. Some patients are having to wait for days to get a hospital bed. And the intensive care units are also full, along with medical and surgical floors. Doctors and nurses have spent almost 2 years fighting COVID-19, and Croston says it's overwhelming at times.
We're losing people because they're so fatigued. Our nurses, in some respects, are seeing people die every single day in the ICU, and it's taking an emotional toll on our staff.
Croston and hospital officials are asking for the public's help in reducing the risk of COVID hospitalizations by getting vaccinated, wearing a mask in public spaces, and reducing time in group settings. The city of Golden Valley started an initiative called Just Deeds about a year ago. The purpose was to address and discharge racially restrictive covenants, which historically played a role in where people of a different skin color or ethnicity could purchase homes. To date, Just Deeds has received more than 400 requests to discharge racially restrictive covenants. We talked about the ripple effect of this program with Golden Valley's Equity and Inclusion Manager, Kiarra Zackery.
This year, we've done dozens of presentations to all different types of community groups. We've had conversations with corporations, with thousands of viewers, or thousands of folks on Zoom. We've gotten legislation or policy passed, right, with the Department of Commerce. Mm-hmm. We are making a lot of progress.
Yeah, and that's one of the wins, what you guys have established with the Department of Commerce. Can I have you talk about that?
Absolutely, a major win for us. The Just Deeds Coalition has partnered, one of the founding partners is MAR, the Minneapolis Association of Realtors, and we had some champions talk to the Department of Commerce through a Golden Valley connection, actually. And they now require that all realtors seeking licensure in the state receive 4-hour training on racially restrictive covenants, and they get to talk about Just Deeds as a way to help sellers and buyers talk about this history through their process.
Sure. And it's really had a lot of ripple effects. You guys have had calls coming in from all over the country about what you're doing. What's that been like?
Oh, it's been amazing. I've received a call to talk at a high school class in California. I've also interviewed with NPR. And it's so wonderful that folks are actively looking for these things in their community and wanting to activate and make change.
You've accomplished a lot, but a lot still to do. What are you guys working on next?
We really are working on formalizing our structure and creating a system that can be replicated. One of the things that we get from all of these cities is how can we start this in our city? And it's work that, again, wants to be done across the country. So that's the other thing, is that we want to just get more people engaged and more people organized, continuing to discharge covenants, continuing to grow our reach.
And what have you seen as far as the passion that people have had for this project?
You know, that's been one of those things that we always find out later. We did a presentation and an internship, some research with some college students at St. Olaf. And they sent us back their article. And in that article, they said 2 of the students found racially restrictive covenants on their parents' homes, on their grandparents' homes, and have discharged them. And they're having family conversations about that and what that means for them. That's wonderful and beautiful, and exactly what the coalition wants.
Very rewarding work. Toy drives are now underway across our area, and there's one in Brooklyn Park that still needs donations in time for Christmas.
One of our biggest things that we're collecting, which is special to families, are games, because the entire family can play them.
Clint Scooter Drawn and his organization Honored to Help, which serves people of color and marginalized communities, partnered with the Salvation Army to collect toys for a giveaway on December 22nd.
The more toys we get, the more we can give. So we've been pushing, and we need tons of them. Everything from toddlers to high schoolers, because we don't want to leave any kids out.
You can drop off new toys anytime between now and December 15th. Students at Champlin Park High School remembered the attack on Pearl Harbor with a special concert this past week. In attendance, a World War II veteran who is just a few weeks shy of 99 years old.
You wonder how you ended up living so long, and when all your compatriots are dying. There just aren't many World War II veterans around.
The performance was even more meaningful because Al Sweet started composing music in his 80s, and students learned and played one of his songs.
That we get to play one of Al's pieces has been a really special connection for my students. Our goal here is, music teaches us about ourselves, about the world. When we can connect it to living people and meet them and share ideas, it just opens up our world.
We will leave you today with more from the performance that marked 80 years since the beginning of U.S. involvement in World War II.